Hello, hello. What is going on, Takeoff Gang? It's been a while. Yes, I know I haven't uploaded a video in a while, but that's all right. I'm gonna get y'all caught up. As you see, we have a change of scenery, so a little bit of a bigger room. I've been doing some moving around. Also had some family issues came up that I had to take a mental break from the charts because that's just what you have to do with anything in life. You have to take breaks from things, and that's good, especially if you could be aware about that. So had to take a little break. Of course, I was following the charts. I didn't take as many trades. Also went out of town. So yeah, just been busy. So trying to shake back, get back into the groove, and take this thing on. So here we are. We're gonna look at just strictly gold today. I took a trade this morning that I'm gonna break down, and then we're just gonna break down what happened over these past couple of days, a couple of weeks, in the gold market. So here we have gold right here. Let me blow this up for y'all as best as possible, the way you can see it. All right. So we see this last high that was created, all-time highs that was created. Right, this is all-time highs, right? Yeah. So all-time highs on gold was created last on August, 2020. So this was the last high created, and then we have this recent rejection from this area. And as we can see, we see this as a little zone. Some people call them order blocks or whatever. To me, I mean, it's just a little zone of interest. Don't overcomplicate it. So we get a clear rejection from this area, correct? Because we can see that. All right. Now let's go over. So let's break down, like before we made this move up, let's just break down what was going on. All right. Let's draw our zones down here. Let's kind of consolidate what's going on around this area. So in this area right here, we're looking for a breakout, whether it be to the downside or to the upside. And since this is an overall trending bullish market, we should go with buys, correct? Also, for extra confirmation, once we see this green candle that breaks and closes above this zone right here that we put, and then look at this candle which bounces off this zone and extends its way higher up till it gets to this next zone of interest area. All right, so so fundamentally wise, that was the technicals. Fundamentally wise, what is the reason why this happened? Okay, so yes, we have inflation at all-time high. So when inflation is high, that means gold's going to rise, correct? All right, so with that also being in mind, we're going to keep that in mind. We also have the tension with Ukraine and Russia, right? Or Russia and Ukraine, however you want to look at it. And so that puts market fear on. And whenever there's market fear, just like the COVID virus, gold was in a bullish, very, very bullish during that time because of market fear. The market moves on anticipation. So anticipating that war could spark up around the whole world, people are going to pull their money into gold because it is a safe haven metal, basically. It's like the world reserve, basically, metal. Almost like the US dollar is the world reserve currency. Gold is also one of the highest, biggest metal investments that people like to pull into during market fears like war or viruses. So overall, we get this nice bullish. I wanted to kind of break down this candle, also this bearish pin bar where it looks like you get this rejection. So around that week, you had Russia that was sitting at the border of Ukraine. And then I'm sure everybody heard it on the news. Russia pulled their troops back. So everybody took it as, all right, they were just flexing their guns, flexing their muscles. This war is not going to happen. So now we get the sell action going on. If you break it into lower time frames, it's just you're going to see 4 hours and 1 hours and all that, just a bearish trend going down. And then once Russia decides to actually start invading Ukraine, now we get this nice look at this, just strong bullish. When that week happened, that's when Russia went into Ukraine, and we get this nice strong bullish candle. So after that, then comes in February, they were talking about the rate hikes. Now, when they do interest rate hikes, which I think they're supposed to be doing, I think 6 this year, they did their first one, and that's what sent gold on a sell, right? Because what is gold? This is gold against the USD. So that is good for the USD, bad for gold. So that's why we're getting this little short-term sell where people are just also just taking profits from their lower areas that they bought in, and taking their money to the bank. So that is what's going on fundamentally wise, a little bit technically wise. Now I want to break down of the trade that I took this morning around 7 o'clock. I just took one trade, and let's see if we could break this down into the 1 hour. Where's we at? Let's see. Let's erase all this. Okay, we was around here. So, like those zones and stuff that I draw, you could do that on all time frames. I repeat, you could do that on all the time frames, and that's basically what I do. And it took me a while to learn that because I guess because I'm teaching myself, but here I want to put this information out there for in case you come across this. Like, you could do the technicals on all the time frames. So what I'm going to do here, this is a 2 in the morning candle, 3, 4, okay? So we're going to look where we could find like a little consolidation area starting to build up, right? And we identify this. Here we are at 6, and here we are at 7 on this bullish candle. Let's maybe go down a little bit. So we're just looking for bullish close above this the yellow zone, just like I talked about on the higher time frames on I think it was the weekly. Once we had time frames closing above that zone or in that zone, however you want to see it, a nice strong bullish candle, that's where you buy and put your stop loss below the zone, below the candle of however many pips you could afford to lose, and looking for targets above. So that's what I did. I want to say I took profit. I got in at 1932 and then got out around 1936. Yes, I could have held a lot longer, but hey, we're not here to be greedy. We're just here to take what we can from the market and get out and live to fight another day. So that is my technicals. That is my fundamentals. You got to really attack this market, which psychology, because like I said, psychology is 80% of this. This technical stuff that I'm doing, this is 20%. This is nothing. Can you beat this market? Psychological, which a lot of people can't. A lot of humans can't. Why? Because humans are, for one, very impatient. 2, they're very emotional. And if you're an emotional person, if you're somebody that's, whether sitting in traffic and you're just getting mad and stuff and you just can't control how you are emotionally, you're not going to win. You might as well not trade. You're just not going to win at this market. Me, I like to challenge my mental. You know what I'm saying? So psychology plays a big role in trading. It also plays a big role in life itself. So that's why I like psychology. And I study it very hard. Human-wise, trading-wise, if I want to see why you could start feeling like you'll go through different emotions in life, and you want to figure out why do you feel that way. You know what I'm saying? You want to know whether you be sad, what's making me sad? How can I correct that from being sad? Whether you're depressed, same thing. How can I correct it? Not just staying depressed or suppressing it with medications, alcohol every weekend, anything like that, because that's not long-termly going to fix, what's going on up here. So that's why I like to just really just challenge my mind just in life in general, on the charts. Charts play a big role in psychology again. So that's why I like to test my mental past different barriers. But again, back to the charts. Like I said, that's it I had for this little video. Overall, the monthly just started. And if we look at this monthly candle, how it's forming, we're getting like rejections all up here, but still in a very obviously heavy bullish like pattern. Like overall, if you look at the monthly, we could I'm looking at two things, either it to fill this candle and come down, or we could come above, but I would wait for bullish closure to come above. But for this month, we could come in, possibly reject, and then come down. We got to see what happens, especially with the interest rate hikes, with the war, all that's what's going to play a factor. Anyways, that's all I had to say about this video. I just had, check back in with the gang and, let you know that, you know, the channel is not going nowhere. I'm still gonna go hard on this channel. This channel is just to help people out. It's not to like, people have been asking me about it, like, hope your channel blows up. Like, I don't care if it blows up or not. This channel is gonna grow organically regardless, you know, once the information just gets put out there. um, as a developing trader myself. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and just keep on putting that information out there, helping out as many people as I can, including myself, and letting people be aware of different psychology factors that you're gonna face in the market and what it takes to actually be a good developing trader. Anyways, that's it for this video. Peace.